Hello, students. Welcome back to your distance learning lesson. I'm Nefertari and Kinjay, and this is week 8, lesson 34. What can you expect from these videos? Each of our daily videos is a bit different depending on the lesson, but the general structure remains the same. You can always expect to see a list of the resources and materials needed for the lesson, an overview of the learning for the day, a quick modeling of some of the reading, thinking, speaking, and writing required for the lesson, and a preview of the learning for upcoming lessons. In terms of a weekly snapshot, as you know, last week we read a story that examined how love, and teenage love in particular, ties into our destiny. Well, this week we launch a new text entitled "The World is Neither Good or Bad." And today we will engage in two activities, a jump start, and we will analyze the media. Always remember that after you complete the lesson activities of the day, you should complete your weekly fluency activity and do at least 20 minutes of additional reading. Always share your learning with a family member, caregiver, or a friend. It's time for our riddle of the day. Samuel was out for a walk when it started to rain. He did not have an umbrella and he wasn't wearing a hat. His clothes were soaked, yet not a single hair on his head got wet. How could this happen? Take a moment, think about how that might happen, students, and then I'll reveal the answer. The man is bald. And we're sure that man was not Denzel Washington because he's too cool to have even gotten his clothes wet. Our lesson materials. These are the things you'll need for our lesson today, displayed on your screen and also listed in your weekly student packets. This is lesson 34. You can find that on page 99. Your note catcher is on page 100, and our text can be found on pages 96 and 98. Let's get into our guiding questions. This week's focus is the text, "The world is neither good or bad." We're reading a news article that comes from Newsella, and these are our guiding questions. How can our beliefs about the world affect our minds? And how is our life's destiny determined by our own positive thinking? Our learning target for today is something we should read together. This is lesson 34, and our target is that I can use the title, photographs, and my own predictions or guesses from prior knowledge to make inferences and draw conclusions about a text. Our lesson overview. Well, we start by reading the text with a family member, caregiver, or friend. Then we think about how the graphics in a text help to give us clues about what we are going to read. We're going to talk about how positive thinking has changed one aspect of your life, and then we'll engage in our writing activities. For reading and thinking today, reading the directions are often skipped as a protocol by many people reading an article or about to engage in a new task. But this should be followed in order to get advanced clues to help us, especially in a close reading analysis of a complex text. This is what we should think about today. Think about how the graphics in a text and even the title of an article can help you make inferences and draw conclusions about that text. Let me show you how I preview the text here. We'll start by studying both the title and the graphic. By reading the article's title, which references Shakespeare, whom we've already read about during this unit, what inferences can we make about the title and graphics? Here's the title. As Shakespeare said, the world is neither good or bad, but thinking makes it so. Well, we already know from having read Shakespeare this unit that many of his phrases, common terms, have become a part of our English language. So apparently this is a Shakespeare quote. And it leads us to believe that our thinking can either be good or bad, but whatever we believe actually becomes so. Now, as we look at this graphic, we can see this photo of the galaxy. And that's pretty much all encompassing. In other words, this quote doesn't just apply to a single demographic, that's one of our words we've learned this unit, a single part of the population, but universally to everyone under the galaxy or the stars. Lastly, the caption hints that psychological research reveals the story we tell ourselves about the world can shape us in profound ways. This gives us a clue that the article will address how positive thinking might impact our destiny. Now, you'll finish up your lesson by talking and writing. In talking, let's talk with our family members about positive thinking. And to write, let's review the jumpstart. The jumpstart is where you make your predictions about the preview of the article. You haven't read the article yet, but what do you believe the article will be about based upon the cover photograph, the caption, and the title of the article? Don't forget to close out your writing by sharing your writing with someone and completing 20 minutes of silent, independent reading or reading with a family member, caregiver, or friend. Always email your teacher for support. And as a preview of our upcoming lesson, we'll continue our analysis of the article by using context clues and the first read note catcher so that we can annotate our thoughts and predict the meanings of unfamiliar words. Looking forward to working with you tomorrow. Thanks for learning with me today, students. We've come to the end of our lesson. Until next time, reminders, don't forget to talk about your lesson with someone, read for 20 minutes, and complete your reading fluency exercise. Thank you.